Less than 8 weeks till the big dance. We got temperatures rising, MAGA boat parades plunging, and Trump toadies toadying.
I'm going on the record and I'm telling you it didn't happen.
I'm Tim. I've been a Republican strategist my whole career. I love cutting taxes, babies, American exceptionalism, the Denver Nuggets, and RuPaul's Drag Race. And I used to go on TV to exclusively roast Democrats. But then all of a sudden, this racist asshole crashed my party, and things will never be the same.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
This is Not My Party, brought to you by The Bulwark. Hey y'all, it's Tim Miller, or as the MAGA bloggers now call me, the never-Trumper from the capitalist wing of Antifa. Ooh.
Why do you guys hate me?
Guess they're a little mad.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This week's takedown is my adopted home state of California. Don't get me wrong, I love it here, but some of the politics in a state run entirely by Democrats give me a little bit of pause about our great liberal utopian future.
Your utopia.
California's in trouble right now. We're dealing with record high temperatures and rolling blackouts. Shit. And the fiery hellscape of gender reveal parties gone wrong.
This fire was caused by a pyrotechnic device during a gender reveal party.
It's a boy! So of course we're dealing with climate change, despite our moron president calling it a
Hoax. It's a hoax.
So what's the solution? The mayor of LA says, it's time to turn off major appliances, set the thermostat to 78 degrees, or use a fan instead. Turn off excess lights and unplug any appliance you're not using. Maybe instead of forcing quarantined seniors to bake in sauna-like conditions, we can face the hard truth. California's all renewable energy future ain't quite here yet.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
Our energy grid is in crisis because we're getting rid of natural gas plants. On top of that, we're refusing to build nuclear plants even though they have zero emissions. Instead, the new plan is to let everybody melt.
I'm melting! Melting!
The internet is on fire with stories of Trump mocking members of the military.
He refused to visit the cemetery of our fallen in France, saying, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers."
The hot question on the talk shows is, did he actually say this? Of course he did. After all, this is the guy who at age 22 lied about having bone spurs in his feet to avoid being drafted into the Vietnam War.
No. He wasn't a draft dodger.
And it's the same guy who said this about John McCain during the 2016 campaign.
He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
He's repeatedly made war widows cry and outraged Gold Star families with his blatant disrespect.
You have sacrificed nothing.
And it runs in the family. After all, Don Jr. wrote in his book that going to Arlington Cemetery reminded him of all the sacrifices that the Trump family had made for our country. So when Trump says,
Only an animal would say a thing like that.
he's right. He is an animal. The question isn't whether or not he said it. The question is whether we want an animal loose in the White House.
This guy being the president, it's like there's a horse loose in a hospital. It's never happened before. No one knows what the horse is gonna do next, least of all the horse. He's never been in a hospital before.